What's up, Twitter world? It's the White OJ, Paleface Killer Whale. Welcome to the Austin Ingels movie show. I am your host, Austin Ingels, and this is produced by Radu. Radu, give him a
Howdy, guys.
round of applause.
I'll edit it in.
No, we don't have to. A little housekeeping up top. First and foremost, get this out of the way. You got any plugs, Radu, you want to get?
Just shout out me. I'm on Instagram, rad.u. That's where you can find me.
Perfect. For me, every Thursday, and I guess after South by, we have to wait till the Sunday show. But every Thursday and every Sunday, catch me at the Speakeasy in Austin at 8 p.m. And then every Friday at Crazy Conscious, we're gonna do that. Say conscious for me. Say it.
Conchas.
Conscious. Okay. I have to hear it. I'm a white guy. I gotta hear it before I say it right. Yeah. Those shows will be at 7:30. We did our first show last Friday, and tell him, Radu, it was a fucking success. That room is perfect for comedy, so you got to come see a show there if you're in Austin, Texas.
Catch us on Rainy Street right next to Idle Hands. Catch a petty cab. Go find out what's going on.
People are calling me the new Rainy Street Killer because of the way I devoured that room. Anyway, what's up, baby? And then Wednesday, 3-5, I'll be at Bar on the new Bucket Show produced by Dom LaMarca. So if you're not doing anything on a Wednesday night, come check it out. It's a improvised show. You pull a topic out of the bucket and you riff on it. So like the bottom of the barrel at the mothership. I'm excited for that, even though I'm more of a, you know me, I'm more of a set list guy. I like to get my jokes in and get in there, murder the room, get out. I can see you geared up for something.
Yeah, I'm just, it's like it's good practice. It's like getting some reps in the gym. It's like it's a different workout.
It's a different muscle, baby. There you go. Look at you talking like a comic. Current event joke. I did the Pope one last week on Instagram. They got 0 love. Here's Did you watch the Oscars at all?
I did not watch the Oscars.
Kieran Culkin, who's Macaulay Culkin's younger brother, won his first Oscar. And his acceptance speech, he told his wife that they're going to get going on their 3rd and 4th kids. So, hey, babe, I just won the Oscar. Now it's time for a cream pie.
Damn, I wish I had that opportunity.
To cream pie?
To cream pie.
Yeah, Gooner, baby. Gooner Nation. What else? Here's a fun fact, too. Before I moved to Austin, we would do, I don't even know if I'm supposed to say the MC. I haven't even told you about this. This is just something that I just thought of. I am banned from a motorcycle club back home for my comedy. So I'm not going to say which club. You could probably go back on my Instagram and, figure it out. But, yeah, 2 years ago, we did a show there. They do it every year. They do like a comedy event at their motorcycle club, and they host like a chili cook-off, and then they have a comedy show. And 2 years ago, went there. It was awesome. Then last year, I helped produce the show. Like, the guy got a hold of me and shit. And then this year, I was wondering, I was like, oh, maybe they realized that I moved to Austin because nobody hit me up. I figured I was going to have to be like, oh, sorry, I moved to Austin. But my buddy just texted me, and I got banned because one of the members of the motorcycle club, surprisingly, passed away in a motorcycle accident, so they didn't want me to come because of this joke that I told. So here we go. I really love those little motorcycles with that sidecar, that little sidecar. That way, when I crash into you, I take out 2 of you dummies.
No.
Yeah, I told that joke 2 years in a row to 200 or 300 motorcyclists, and they loved it. They'd go crazy. But apparently, one of their members passed away, so I got banned from a motorcycle club. I didn't even see it coming, the ban or the motorcycle.
Honestly, that's I don't even know what to say.
Yeah, I know.
I don't even know what to say.
My buddy texted me like last Thursday or Friday. It was like, hey, bro, you remember that motorcycle show? You're banned. They didn't want you to come because someone died, and they didn't want you making fun of them. So, sorry. I guess.
Would you have been willing to not like? Would you have not done that joke?
Yeah, that's all they had to do, bro. They paid like the first year I got paid like $75 and then free food.
That's a luxury in the
It was
comedy
like
world.
yeah, it was like 40. It was like a 45-minute drive. So yeah, I'd do that from where I was from, you know. And then the next year, because I helped produce and shit, I made like $200. And yeah, dude, you perform in front of 200 bikers. That well, the second year kind of sucked because they were talking a little bit, but the first year I told that motorcycle joke, they went ape shit, dude. One of the biggest pops I've ever gotten in comedy. And then yeah,
You live for those pops.
oh come on.
They call them Papa work.
Before we begin, the latest movie I've seen in theaters, I went and watched The Monkey, the new Stephen King movie. It's a horror / comedy, and it is funny. It's pretty good. Didn't really like the ending too much, but we're not here for The Monkey. We are here for 2004's Without a Paddle. And the summary of this movie. After their friend Billy dies, Tom, played by Dax Shepard, Jerry, Matthew Lillard, and Dan, Seth Green, go on a camping trip to honor his memory. The campsite, however, has special significance. Billy believed famous airplane hijacker D.B. Cooper hid money in the area, and his friends aim to find it. Unfortunately, they're not prepared for the adventure. After falling over a waterfall, they're left to the mercy and wild animals and a harsh wilderness terrain. What a summary. What do you got to say?
You know me. I don't really know actors and stuff, and I was really shocked to see Shaggy.
Yeah,
in this
dude,
movie.
Matthew Lillard. He's making a comeback. He's had a little renaissance with Five Nights at Freddy's, and now he will be reprising his role, the long-awaited return of Stu in Scream 7. If you're a Scream fan, you're gonna hear a lot about Scream movies on this podcast. I fucking love them. They really shaped my childhood.
Who is Stu?
Stu? Oh my God, you've never seen Scream?
I am scared easily.
Oh, what a pussy! Scream is. This is you know what? Because Matthew Lillard's in this. I just fucking bumped the mic. Because Matthew Lillard's in this. We can talk about Scream a little bit. Scream. I can't tell you how many women I've introduced Scream to because it's the perfect movie to me. It's not too scary, but it's got enough scare. It's funny. It's the perfect 90s movie. It's right. It came out in 96. You got to watch Scream, bro.
I'll give it a shot.
Oh,
I'll
you're
give it a
gonna
shot
love
for
it.
sure.
Any late 90s movie is pretty much formulated after Scream. So it influenced, JD talked about it on his podcast. And we ranked the Scream franchise. So yeah. Matthew, he was one of the, I don't want to tell you. Okay, that's all I'm going to say. He's Stu in it.
All right. We'll leave it at that.
You got to watch that movie. It's incredible. You're going to be like, how have I never seen this movie? And the 7th one's coming out next year, so you got a whole plethora you got a whole franchise to catch up on. Anyway, the impact of this movie, it came out in 2004, like I said, and it jump-started Dax Shepard's career. He was on Punk'd, I believe, before this, and this was one of his first starring roles, and he's got some great quotes in it. No, but I ate a brownie once. And then I love it when they're on the river and they're on the canoe and shit's going south with the rapids and current. And he goes, typical river behavior. Just in the background, they're all freaking out. Where I was when I watched this first, I would have been in 5th grade, and I watched this movie a lot with the boys. What about you? Do you remember where you were?
I'm pretty sure we had this DVD in my household growing up.
Of course.
And I'm pretty sure I only watched it a couple times. But I think same thing, like 5th grade, 6th grade, like the peak of like the buddy comedy era. I feel like. Bro,
you son of a bitch.
Oh
I have that on here. No, you're good. No, that's perfect.
No notes,
dude.
bro. No
I'm
notes.
Glad. Yeah, you're no noting this shit. I love that. Yeah, you're right. This was right in the era of buddy comedies and DVDs. Mm-hmm. So if you didn't see these movies, that's one thing too about comedies back then is they had a whole nother life with DVDs, and I feel like DVDs and physical media are kind of making a comeback, which I love.
I was the one in charge of ordering all the Netflix CDs and making sure we had a good rotation coming into the house. That was my job for a minute.
That's sick.
But I like didn't really watch all the movies. So I've just been like, yeah, no, these are pretty good, Dad. Just
Yeah.
watch these. These are ranking high.
Yeah, dude, that was before Netflix. For my young viewers, before Netflix was the fucking conglomerate that it is. It was you would order DVDs online and you set up a queue, and once you return the movie, you got the other movie.
It was honestly
Simple times.
simple times, like Xbox live chats, bro. Just jumping in with the boys.
Well, that's a whole nother
Sorry.
topic to dive into. But I appreciate it nonetheless. Yeah, this got 15% on Rotten Tomatoes. An absolute atrocity.
That's honestly perfect.
How is that perfect?
I mean, like the people on Rotten Tomatoes, like, do they not have buddies?
Yeah, no, the critics are terrible, but the audience score got a 68, which I feel like is still kind of low. I feel like this is about a 75 to me. Maybe even lower 70s. 68, I don't know. What do you think? 68 is a good score for audience score?
I mean, it's really close to 69.
Hey. Thanks for breaking glass for my kids' play. Let me get a little sip of coffee here. This podcast is brought to you by Starbucks if they want to sponsor us.
And we are looking for sponsors right now, huh? We, you get plugged in, hit us up. You can DM Austin on Instagram.
Or Radu.
Or me.
Yeah.
That's rad.u on Instagram.
That's what's up. Yeah, if you're wondering where I got these sick glasses, they are red light prescription glasses. So all I see is red right now, but it's calming. It's good for your eyes. You can be mad at me, or you can just order yourself a pair. Some lores or legends. Like you said earlier, they don't make these kind of comedies anymore. This is the era of bromance movies. You know, you got Old School, Dodgeball, Anchorman, and they just definitely don't do those movies anymore. And don't worry, we're going to do some of those. Some Old School, Dodgeball, Anchorman. I for sure see those movies coming, Talladega Nights.
I just put on Dodgeball the other day, and it was a masterpiece.
Yeah,
Masterpiece.
Yeah, besides like a couple, well, we're not pussies, so besides some, suggestive lines here and there, they age great. There's some suggestive content, but it's a comedy. Times were different. Let's see.
But yeah, they definitely, like, just movies in general these days. I feel like they have to appeal to such a broader audience, like younger kids trying to go to the movies and stuff, and just like hanging out with their I don't know, hanging out's different. Like I think when I grew up, I had 3 friends. It was like me and my 2 bros, and we like were a trio. Mm-hmm. I grew up we were in a trio, so like buddy comedies, bro, like they hold a very special place in my heart.
Yeah, and just like being able to quote buddy comedies. I mean, that's one thing I miss about back home is just like quoting movies with my friends just nonstop. And then the other day, last week when I went to, what was that? Little Woodrow's after this we recorded our last podcast. There was a comic there quoting a movie, and I was like, man, what a breath of fresh air, I miss when I could just quote a movie and people not look at me like, what the fuck did he just say? Like, but some more lores and legends of the movie. Obviously, D.B. Cooper. Did you know about D.B. Cooper before this movie?
I knew about D.B. Cooper, yes, but also from another movie.
What movie?
Shawshank Redemption.
Ah.
That's D.B. Cooper in that movie?
Could be. I haven't watched
Maybe
Shawshank in years.
I think.
I don't know.
I think it's from. I think that's where I.
What, like the main character is D.B. Cooper? Because that's not.
Oh no, not like that.
Okay.
But yeah, no, I knew about D.B. Cooper. That's like urban legend, like from my childhood. Like that was like, that was something everyone knew. I feel.
Oh yeah, that's one of the biggest legends of all time. And for those of you not familiar, let me catch you up to speed. D.B. Cooper, also known as Dan Cooper, was an identified man who hijacked Northwest Orient Airlines Flight 305, a Boeing 727 aircraft in the United States airspace on November 24th, 1971. During the flight from Portland, Oregon to Seattle, Washington, Cooper told a flight attendant he had a bomb and demanded $200,000 in ransom, which is equivalent to like $1.5 million in today's terms, like $1.5 million, and 4 parachutes upon landing in Seattle. After releasing the passengers in Seattle, Cooper instructed the flight crew to refuel the aircraft and begin a second flight to Mexico City. With the refueling stop in Reno, Nevada, about 30 minutes after taking off from Seattle, Cooper opened the aircraft's air door, deployed the staircase, and parachuted into the night over southwestern Washington. Cooper's true identity and whereabouts have never been determined conclusively.
They let that guy do so many things. They let him refuel the plane.
I guess, yeah. Several suspects throughout the years, have been about the most plausible, including Richard McCoy Jr., Sheridan Peterson, Robert Rackshaw, and last but not least, Barbara Dayton. That's right. A recreational pilot who was named Robert Dayton at birth. Dayton had gender reassignment surgery in 1969 and changed her name to Barbara. She is believed to be the first person to have had this surgery in Washington, and she claimed to have staged the airjacking 2 years later, presenting as a man. That's right. Even in the 70s, trans women were seeking attention.
I will edit the applause in for sure.
That's crazy, right?
Dude, that's absolutely wild.
Yeah.
Not to get off track, but there's a DB Cooper documentary I think I've put on.
Oh, for sure.
And I think I put it on the
Netflix.
background. I think that's where
Yeah,
Shout
check it out.
Netflix.
It's fascinating. That's one of the reasons why I wanted to do this movie too, because just the whole DB Cooper lore,
Great plot line for imagine that you're kids and you had this, you imagine being a kid and you think you've solved the DB Cooper thing.
That is crazy.
That
yeah.
is crazy.
Yeah.
What a good movie.
Dumb fucking kids. But spoiler alert, they find him. There were also several copycat hijackings. Due to the multiple copycat hijackings in 1972, the FAA required that the exterior of all Boeing 727 aircraft be fitted with a spring-loaded device, later dubbed the Cooper vane. That prevents lowering of the aircraft staircase during flight. Yeah, wild, right? And then 9/11 happened and ruined all the fun. Now the only hijacking you can do is jacking off in the plane. Hijacking.
Do I want to say this on the podcast?
What?
I've done it.
Oh, me too. You got to get that demon out or you will do something crazy up in the air. Not a lot of oxygen in the brain. I get it. Something else pretty spooky involved with the case, the death of Earl J. Cossey. On April 23rd, 2013, Earl J. Cossey, who packed the 4 parachutes that were given to Cooper, he was an airline, attendant. He was found dead in his home in Woodinfield, Washington, a suburb of Seattle. His death was ruled a homicide due to blunt force trauma to the head. The perpetrator remains unknown. Some commentators allege possible association with the Cooper case, but authorities responded to that. They had no response to believe that any such association exists. They believed that it was just a burglary that was the cause. But yeah, the dude that gave him the parachute was beaten to death 40 years later.
That's crazy. That's like that firefighter that won that game show where he survived and then he died in 9/11. But he won $1 million.
A lot of
1999
9/11 callbacks. I love it. It's my favorite. We're on conspiracies, so my favorite one of all time, 9/11. Personally, I think the guy died, but I'd love to believe that he got away and lived a quiet life off the grid. What do you think? Several of those.
I don't know.
The suspects that I named, the Richard McCoy and Sheridan Peterson. The only reason I named those guys and Robert Rackshaw is because they look most like the famous sketch of him. So, and they were all trained pilots and worked in the Army and shit. So they had, experience, parachuting off of planes and all that. So it's very interesting.
It's just, it happened.
70s
It happened.
Yeah. The 70s were just a great time to be alive. Movies, drugs, serial killers,
I mean,
hijackings.
unhinged people doing unhinged things.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm glad we live in a society where it's like not like that all the time, but it's
Right.
kind of like, dang, we're talking about it still today.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right, back to Without a Paddle. Is this movie reboot proof? No. I think
It has another one.
it has a sequel.
Call of Nature Calling.
Yeah,
Nature
which
Calling?
is just a rip off of Ace Ventura.
Ooh, yikes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was doing some like Googling beforehand, and I
Yeah.
noticed that there was another movie.
I've never seen the sequel, and I never will. That's just a fact. Let's see. My likes. What are we at? About 25 minutes? 20? Oh, okay. Maybe I'll slow down a second. We're speeding.
Breathe, bro. Breathe.
Am I going too fast?
No.
Oh, well then shut your bitch. All right. Let's see. What do I want to do? We'll do the likes. My likes of this. I think these three are perfectly casted.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Agreed. And I would think if I was anyone in the movie, I'd be Seth Green.
Well, yeah. Duh. Anywho, yeah, this is a perfectly casted crew. Seth Green and Matthew Lillard were, in 2004, they were both, they're both pretty well-known actors at this point. They'd been in a bunch of stuff in the mid to late 90s, and Seth Green, he's been a part of our culture low-key forever. He's been He's been the creator of Robot Chicken. He's been the voice of Chris on Family Guy, for which him and Mila Kunis made out like bandits doing the voice of Meg and Chris.
That's them?
Yeah. Yeah, Chris is Seth Green.
No shit.
Yeah, dude. And Mila Kunis, I just saw like an interview with her. She just does like very minimal voice work for the show, and then they just all these years, I don't even know if they would have to go in. At this point, they could probably just AI it, right? Or just use...
I mean, sure, they could do that, but also, like, she has limited lines. I bet they could send her all the line, plus all the royalties of all the reruns and all. Dude. Every time someone buys every time like a channel buys like the rights to it, she gets a huge cut.
Yeah,
being a voice actor kind of rules.
Yeah, they legit found a gold mine in Family Guy. So Seth Green and Mila Kunis, I want your life. Besides Seth Green, I like being tall. Sorry. The soundtrack rules. The soundtrack, you got Deliverance twice on here, which is deliberate because this movie is, an homage to the movie Deliverance. The D.B. Cooper angle I love. I love the fucking redneck brothers that chase after him. Skinner likes fish heads just as much as you do. And I hate bullfrogs. They're nasty. I love the redneck brothers. Like you said, Ethan Suplee, who's one of the redneck brothers, is now jacked in real life. He was famously in Remember the Titans and The Butterfly Effect as being a massively obese. And then
My Name is Earl, I think.
Earl. Yeah, he's his brother. Randy, right?
Randy.
Yeah.
That is right.
Yeah. That show rules too. My Name is Earl.
I think I didn't watch that many movies growing up, but I did watch a bunch of sitcoms all the way through.
Yeah, the early 2000s were
that ruled.
Pretty prime sitcom too. Like you had My Name is Earl and The Office on Thursday nights, I think, were like back to back.
Oh, not scheduled TV programming.
Oh yeah, that was a huge thing for us. We would eat dinner at my grandma's, and then we'd sit down and watch My Name is Earl in The Office, and then I think we'd leave.
That is...
Yeah.
Where's that America gone, man? That's a whole nother podcast.
Just made me sad, dude. Yeah. Yeah. You're right. Where is that gone? Where are the times? Where have they gone?
I guess they're coming back, man. I feel like we're having a comeback, dude. We have a new renaissance coming.
Yeah, I think movies are as it seems like reboots and everything else take over. I feel like that there are a lot of also original movies coming out. I also think that studios like A24 and Neon although I think that A24 movies are overrated, they do put out original movies, so I do appreciate that.
I don't. All I know about A24 is people meme it on Twitter.
Yeah.
That's all. That's all I know.
Yeah, A24 is for, you know, this younger generation who thinks that everything they do has an impact, and it's like, no, you just made a movie
That's
that
because it does, man. And they're making a difference.
chill. How old are you?
I'm 30.
Are you?
1994.
Okay, yeah, so you're in my generation for sure. Let's see, my dislikes. Some of Seth Green's tendencies and behavior on here are a little pussy. Even though you said you'd be like him, I just think the whole asthma angle has been done, and I hate that in movies when they bring in the asthma and inhaler. Like, oh, this is gonna come into play at some point. Like, he's gonna run out of oxygen, and then they're gonna tell him, "Hey, it's all in your head."
Is he not? Is he not just supposed to have if his character has asthma, bro? Like we just talked about how Heath Ledger is was such a great method actor. Mm-hmm. Like this is Seth Green's magnum opus, dude. He plays this pussy so well.
Yeah,
bro. This is his method acting at his finest, bro. They said he has asthma and he delivered.
That's fair, but like every movie that a character has asthma and they're like, you can do it, just breathe, and like they're fine. And like I don't think that's how asthma works in real life.
That's how I'd like to think asthma works in real life.
I mean, that'd be awesome. I did have a friend that had asthma, and eventually people just like grow out of it, I think, right? Like,
I'm not a doctor.
I don't know how doctors work either. You're right. We're fucking doing this. We're not performing surgery. So if we have any doctors that listen to the pod, comment and let me know. Do you grow out of asthma?
I heard if you have a chihuahua around a baby with asthma, the chihuahua will absorb the asthma from the baby.
Shut the fuck
That's
up.
what I heard growing up.
No fucking
That's
way.
what I heard growing up.
Is that how the Taco Bell dog died?
That's how the Taco Bell dog died.
Yo quiero Taco Bell. R.I.P. to the Taco Bell dog if he did have asthma. That would suck to try to take down a big burrito if you were a chihuahua and had asthma. I'm going to take a moment of silence. All right, we're back. Another dislike. I wrote this before I realized that the girls don't have armpit hair, but my dislikes are girls with armpit hair.
That's absolutely wild to keep in the dislikes still.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I just think that you should shave your armpits if you're a girl. Call me old-fashioned. Yeah, sure. Have a little hair on your legs. Whatever. I don't care. That doesn't bother me. But keep them pits clean. That's all I got to say. Controversial, maybe. Misogynist? I don't think so.
A preference? Definitely.
Yeah, definitely a preference.
Allowed to have a preference.
But I also feel like that I'm not out of line for saying that either.
No, not at all.
Okay. Thank you. Yeah. Even though the girls don't have armpit hair in this movie, one of my dislikes is girls with armpit hair. We are rolling right along, Chief. What do you think?
I think, dude, this movie literally has... I feel like it takes so many plot twists if you, like... It feels original. That I will say that.
Yeah, but also, like I said, it's an homage to the movie Deliverance.
What's that mean? Sorry, I'm uncultured.
Like, the movie Deliverance is about... I think I have this in here somewhere.
Oh, we'll get to it then.
Yeah, it's another movie where friends go on a rafting trip and also stars Burt Reynolds. And there's a famous scene where they run into hillbillies and get raped.
Okay. So this is like almost like one of those like this is like scary movie level. It's not parody.
It's not a parody, but
Okay.
it's like, it's its little brother, if you will.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
Yeah.
It's little retarded brother.
It's like it's special. Like no, like he can come.
Yeah,
He could be at the Academy Awards.
Yeah,
he
we're
can't
trying
win.
to get monetized, but I still say stupid shit like I just said.
I think it's after 20 minutes. I think it's fine.
Oh, really? I thought it was. Oh, I thought it was in the first 10 or 10.
Something like that.
Yeah, doesn't matter. I probably fucked up anyway. And let's see here. 5 facts from IMDb. Pardon me. That coffee's hitting. That coffee be hitting, boy. Get your water in. Most of the outdoor camping scenes were shot inside a very large warehouse. Yeah. Thought that was kind of cool. What do you think about that?
That I would have never known.
Yeah, I couldn't tell either. That's the thing too with movies, man. Even like the practical effects, special effects, CGI back in the day.
I'm glad you brought up CGI. I would put this fucking bear in this movie as some of the best damn CGI I've ever seen. I thought that bear was real, bro.
They used the real bear, you fuck.
Huh?
Yeah, I'm gonna get to that. Yeah, I'll get to that. I'll just do that right now. The bear in this film is an Alaskan Kodiak bear, which are not found in Oregon. The only bear species that are found in Oregon is the black bear. But according to the New Zealand website Stuff, during film production, a delicately worded memo circulated that women, quote, on their moons shouldn't go near Bart the bear. So, like, women on their periods shouldn't go near bear.
You're
I
fucking
couldn't agree
telling
more,
me
Bart.
that's a real fucking
It's a real bear. Bart the bear, famous bear actor. Trained actor, Bart the bear. You thought it was CGI.
I'm literally mind blown right now.
One thing, too, is can you imagine acting in a movie and they'd be like, oh, we're bringing a real Kodiak bear in?
Dude, I would be so scared.
Yeah. Yeah. What? I'm sure, like, the Seth Green part where he's getting carried off is CGI or some sort of special effects, but, yeah, dude, they used a real bear. Not to plug Dak Shepard's already successful Armchair Expert podcast, but they have a reunion of Without a Paddle where Seth Green and Matthew Lillard go on the podcast, and it's quoted. It's WAP, WAP.
That's
so
awesome.
Without a pussy is without a paddle.
Without a pussy.
Without a pussy, wet ass pussy without a paddle. Oh man, my brain is scrambled eggs. Dak Shepard, Seth Green, and Matthew Lillard all did the majority of their own stunts. Did I say that already? No. And apparently Seth Green almost drowned in the water scene.
I'm telling you, he was all in.
Yeah.
He was all in for this movie, dude.
You were really into Seth Green. He's your Daniel Day-Lewis.
He's my nemesis. He's the Entourage bad guy. He's the bully on Entourage.
Is he?
Yeah. Fucking hate that guy.
Yeah. He was also Dr. Evil's son, Scott.
Bro, he was.
Yeah. Burt Reynolds' part in this movie is a nod to Deliverance, another movie where friends go on a rafting trip starring Burt Reynolds. So that's a silly little fact. And after the boys ride their canoe over the waterfall, Jerry and Dan ask Tom where he was a river guide. And after he tells them where, he also says he was Employee of the Month, which also is a lie. But Dak Shepard played Vince in the movie Employee of the Month in 2006. Fun fact.
Love the movie Employee of the Month. Great movie. Dane
Cook.
Cook.
Yep.
Hilarious.
Dane Cook, fellow comedian. What a guy. What a run he had, too, man.
I know. I used to have this joke in high school.
Uh-oh.
And, dude, listen. I don't even know how this elicited any kind of laughs, knowing what I know about comedy now. I used to go, two things I fucking hate. Brown rice and Dane Cook. That exactly, dude. Every time.
What?
Every time. People be like, do the Dane Cook, do the Dane Cook.
Do the Dane Cook.
Yeah, dude. I used to have another catchphrase in high school.
Let's hear it.
$20. People would be talking to me for too long. I'd be like, $20, you're wasting my time.
That's so fire. Bring that back.
Hey, $20, bro. Yeah, that's enough talking. $20.
It's incredible. Bring that back. Please. Please bring that back. God damn you. We are rolling right along, folks. I'm trying to think of another fun fact of this movie that I should have written down, but I didn't. Are they going to hear that, do you think? No? Okay. We're Gucci? We're rolling. Sorry, folks. We're 2 episodes in, and we feel like we're coming to Joe Rogan's neck already. So call me cocky or call me confident, whatever you want to call me. Just call me.
I'll call you confident. I'll call you confident, bro.
Call me confident. Crazy conches.
Crazy conchas.
Crazy conches. 7:30 Friday. For real though, I cannot wait for South by Southwest to be over, because if I have to hear one more thing at work about this stupid ass festival that I have no idea what to even prep for.
Oh, it's gonna be absolutely wild.
Is it? Is it crazier than ACL?
Yeah. Yes.
Is it?
Oh yes. Oh yes. This is a week long. This is like a tech conference. Just people from like all the hotels are completely filled with people. There's a giant.
ACL is 2 weekends though.
No, that's weekends. This is like during the week as well. All during the week.
Okay.
6th Street will be closed down during the whole week. Again, like how
Is our
it used
parking
to be.
spot gonna be open?
No,
Our parking spot won't be open.
probably not.
Folks, I'm just learning about this. Give me a second to process it. Stop moving to Austin, all right? Especially comedians. Honestly, we don't need any more comedians. We
20
don't.
bucks.
People are yeah. Give me $20 if you're gonna move here. People are already moving away. So yeah, a few people. Who needs the competition? You know, I don't. Rainy Street Killer. Anyway, sorry I got distracted. And for the final topic, is this a cult classic? Neither or both. And you could argue that it's a classic, but I'm going to lean towards cult. The cult classic.
It's a cult classic?
I think it's a cult classic. But you could say both, and this is my pod, so you can say whatever you want. You could make an argument that it's a classic film, that they don't make movies like this anymore, or because I lean towards it's a cult, you know, I think probably 7 out of 10, if you got people in a group, you know, 6 or 7 out of 10 people would know about it. So to me, that doesn't necessarily make it a classic, but I don't know. I'm also not very smart, so.
I feel like the actors too so prolific. These early roles for them.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
Yeah, like I said earlier, in 2004, Matthew Lillard and Seth Green were both, you know, probably A-list actors for sure. I mean, I've said Matthew Lillard was in Scream. He was in the Scooby-Doo movies. I mean, those movies made a fucking $1 billion. So. And then Seth Green was in the Austin Powers movies, and then all of his Robot Chicken money and everything else. Seth Green was in Can't Hardly Wait. What else do we have? I hadn't seen this movie in probably 5 or 10 years, and I tell you what, it made me miss my friends. Made me miss the boys. You know, like you said, it just sucks getting older and not seeing them. So, go tell your boys you love them. You know what I mean?
Damn.
Yeah.
Damn.
Go tell the boys you love them. What are we at? Like 40-ish? Close to it?
37.
37? Okay. I'm liking this. I'm
Yeah.
liking this. A little short 40-minute episode.
Yeah, we're having a good time. We're talking. We're talking about these movies. We got this.
Yeah.
Who's that guy?
That's Burt Reynolds.
Oh.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Stupid son of a bitch. For those of you wondering who he asked, who's that guy? It's the hermit-looking guy at the end that comes and saves him, who is Burt Reynolds, one of the most famous actors of all time.
I have no idea who Burt Reynolds is.
Yeah, well, he's dead now. But
Was.
Yeah, he was. You know what? I have an issue with Burt Reynolds because here's my issue. I'm not gonna do Boogie Nights because JD already did that. But if you've seen the 1997 classic Boogie Nights, absolute classic. It's the porn movie with Marky Mark. Burt Reynolds has a huge role in that movie. It was his comeback movie. It came out 7 years before this. Kind of revitalized his career. He slams Boogie Nights. Like, he gave it a bunch of shit. I guess he fired his agent for putting him in the movie. But he got nominated for an Oscar for Boogie Nights, so cry about it, Burt. What's up?
That's just okay. I miss that guy.
Did you miss him?
I miss that guy.
You don't even know
firing your fucking agent, getting nominated for an Oscar still.
Yeah,
crazy.
Yeah, and
a movie called Boogie Nights. He probably like can't look himself, well, because he can't, because he's dead. Can't look himself in the mirror and be like, "You were good in Boogie Nights."
No, ghosts don't have reflection, so he sure can't look himself in the mirror. Yeah, no, he's incredible in that movie. So like that's what pisses me off too. Is like, oh, dude, you really fucked up. He was also supposed to be in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood in 2019, but then he passed away before they could film his scenes. So that would have been his last movie. That would have been a good one to go out on because I don't know if you've seen Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, but
have not.
I figured you hadn't. Yeah, folks, I think next week we are gonna do 7 And I will have my boy JD Spets calling in for that episode. We're gonna figure out a way to make that work. You said we could have him, right? Calling
Yeah,
in.
easily. We have the technology.
We have the technology to
We
do
can
that.
FaceTime him in.
I don't think we're gonna FaceTime.
Okay, we can
Yeah.
call him in.
I mean, if he wants, he can, but I'm pretty sure we're just gonna have him call in.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm excited for that. Come see a show. What else do we have before I sign off? Radu, do you have anything?
Nah, just follow me on Instagram. That's RAD_U. If you guys catch me at Conchas, I'm there Thursday through Sunday.
Yep,
holding it down.
Please like and subscribe. Tell your friends about this. It's a young podcast, so it starts with word of mouth, and then we just snowball from here, folks. Please comment a movie that you want me to talk about. This was for my friend Taylor Williams. She was asking me and JD to do this movie for years, so here you go, T-Dub. I finally did it. But I think that's it, folks. Go ahead and follow me on Instagram and YouTube on Austin Ingels Comedy. And Radu, don't you ever.
I just might.
All right, baby. Thank you, everybody. Appreciate it. That's it.